Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Galactic Civilizations 4 as we're playing as the Altarian Republic. So last episode we learned that we will have no means to expand, at least not peacefully, and so we're going to have to focus on tall play. And from my understanding, the best way to do that is to build more space stations. So these economic space stations, we've seen that they do provide some very nice bonuses to our planets, and you can stack these bonuses by building more of them. Now, I probably should have put this one in a different location, because you can only put them so close to each other. But I believe we should be able to put them close enough to get more bonuses onto Altaria. Another method of playing tall is to construct these orbital improvements, because you can build these on your colonies. Now, which ones you want to build on a colony are a bit different than the ones you want to build on core worlds, but that's something we're going to want to do. These do require both money and resources though, so we don't have the option of constructing those just yet. The main thing we need is more Durantium, so we'll get one very soon here. Looks like next turn. However, the first thing we're going to be doing with our money is to hire some new advisors. So we're going to be hiring this character here, Ashlyn Gree. So she's got a very good resolve and she's got good social skills as well. So we're going to hire her. She has a renowned nemesis. And then we're also going to hire this character as a diplomat, because when she's assigned as a diplomat, she'll increase the crime of the civilization that she's assigned to. She'd also make a fantastic diplomat simply because she's got very good social skills. These are the other traits she has. So we're going to hire her as well. And then this character is another one that would make a good diplomat, though not very loyal, so I don't know if that would cause any issues. So let's just increase that by a little bit. And then let's go and assign these two as diplomats. So Cersei is the one that has that negative penalty, and we're going to assign her to the Altarian Republic because they're the ones I am irritated with. And so we're going to be increasing crime with them. So just give them a little penalty while also increasing opinion. And then we're going to assign this Cersei, I guess there's two Cerseis here. We're going to assign her to the navigators. We want to be very friendly with them, because they are the third most powerful as far as the score goes. The Archaeans are the second, so those are good reasons to make friends with both of them. And they're both pretty close to us as well. So unfortunately that was all of our money, but we do have control. And there are quite a few executive orders that might be useful for us, including one that grants money. Getting colonists would not be helpful to us at the moment, outside of, getting a new population, because you could just get the colonists and put them onto Altaria. We could also increase our research, so that'd be nice. That is kind of expensive when it comes to control, it's 40. We could instead print money. That does have an approval penalty, but it gives you 500 in the treasury. Also kind of expensive when it comes to control. And this one here would be helpful too, but it requires 250 credits. We'll get you some modules. But yeah, these are just some of the options available to us. We got our constructor over here, and so we want to get access to that Illyrium by building the mining starbase. And we will construct the mining drones and the perimeter scanners as well. We still have 3 modules left. I'm going to hold off on building the starbase defense systems, but eventually we will want to get those because they have the influence bonus, and of course they help you militarily. So that's it for this turn. We will make very good progress with the turns just managing the one planet. So far, I think at this point we're in episode 5 in the previous series, which remember was only 7 videos. And so yeah, making very good progress overall. And it looks like we met somebody new. Alright, so we finished up the construction of the housing district, increasing our population cap, which is great because we're now sitting at 10. And we just boosted the growth by a lot. It's going to take us 8 months to get our next citizen. We are running a little low on food, so let's go ahead and build something for that. And this would be the best location since we get the nearby adjacency bonus, a 2+ to the food level. So yeah, we'll get the agricultural district. I don't know if that'll boost this at all. No, it won't. But yeah, that'll get us a little bit of food and shouldn't be a problem anymore, at least for a little while. And we also finished up with that artifact, so we'll see that event here. And they have an upgrade too. So let's go ahead and upgrade them with, they're not really a military ship at all, this particular one, so probably just want to give them the increased moves so they can get around a little bit quicker. And let's go and see what we found with that artifact.
The scans conducted by your flagship on the artifact anomaly have revealed something remarkable. A map to a nearby dead star which would usually be undetectable by our sensors. A structure concealed within the remains of the dead star whispers tales of the ancient civilization of Mithrai-Lar, a civilization whose echoes last beyond the lifespan of the stars themselves. In this celestial tomb lies a device created by them, a riddle made of metal and mystery that resonates with lost knowledge. Its enigmatic workings promise a leap in intellectual power, to stimulate brilliance in the minds of our citizens that could overcome the constraints of biology and time. However, the chief archaeologist on the crew sends a word of caution. He warns that this technology was almost certainly not intended for our species at this stage of our development, and advises you not to use it.
So we can activate the artifact and store it in our vault for later use. Says that the device stirs, its intricate machinery spinning a symphony of cerebral transformation. Across the chosen world, minds awaken to new dimensions of thought. It is poised to be directed towards uplifting one of our core worlds. Seems useful for a tall playthrough, but that ominous warning seems to caution us not to do this. Cast the device into oblivion. This device is too dangerous. Yeah, let's do it. It'll be fine, right? Let's see what exactly it does. So it increases the intelligence, maybe of all the citizens on the planet. So that'd be really helpful for our science. So let me just double check. We'll just look at like just one of the citizens. So they got 6, and yeah, they have 6 as well. So I believe that's what this will do. And so let's make use of it. And we'll see our science has gone up by a little bit here. That looked a little alarming there. But yeah, they actually have gone up by more than 1. Yeah, because they went up to 8. Maybe because of that one bonus that we have, where it increases it by 100%, so basically you got 2 intelligence from that. So pretty useful. Yeah, so our citizens are more intelligent overall. Also, we now have access to a cultural progression. We're going to continue going down our current branch. I don't think we're going to get the Tolerance cultural perk, because this bonus, the core world starting with plus 100 influence, isn't going to help us at all, because we're not going to be getting any new core worlds. And then the plus 5 influence per turn, that's helpful, but our home planet is producing 109 per turn, so it's not that big of a bonus. And this cultural trait here gives you a plus 15% influence as long as your world continues to have 50% approval. And so I think that's one's a little bit more useful. Yeah, 15%, I think it's going to be a lot more than the plus 5. So let's go and unlock that one. That'll also let us get access to the next 2. So another bonus of going with that one. And this will increase it by quite a bit. As you can see, I think we went up by 12. So plus 5 would not have been as good. So a much better option for us. So our probe has reached over here to find that there's, again, nothing for us to colonize. So let's just go ahead and set them up to auto-explore. Just let them see what they can find out there. So I don't know if there's any probes we're still manually controlling. If there is, we'll put them on the auto explorer as well. I don't think we need to manage it at this point, because we're not going to find anything, guys. Now, when it comes to civilizations with the highest approval, we are number 3 here. Now, again, it says first, but I think that's because we're all like in a tie. But still, we know our approval is pretty good.
Many of the citizens here live in homes that are little more than storage containers. Some of our advisors argue that this is fine, arguing that there's simply no need to spend more on housing when there are other priorities. Privately, many of these advisors also suggest that such accommodations are entirely fitting, given that the people living there are considered among our society's least valuable. On the other hand, others argue that this situation is not only cruel but counterproductive. These areas, little more than slums, have become a breeding ground for crime and insurrection. What should we do?
So I say this is unacceptable. We need to prioritize improving the housing for all of our citizens. That will get you the 2 free slum improvements. Not sure what the slums do besides the crime and insurrection. I would imagine that they maybe increase your housing, so your population limit. They gotta have some bonus to them. But yeah, we don't want to do that. Got another trade-off over here, probably crappy. Okay, well, they're willing to give us some credits for Prometheon. We currently have 5 of those, and that's continuing to increase. I'm actually fine doing this trade and giving the open borders as well, since it's on this side rather than on this side. And I just want to see if I can get more money from them. No, we cannot. Maybe if we just increase it by a little bit. They usually give you like the most that they would be willing to do, but I'm willing to try. Like, there's one more. No, they gave us the maximum amount. they're willing to do. I don't know if that's a good deal for the Prometheon, but these guys are the most powerful as far as points go. So let's go and accept. We'll give them that. And we need more money. We can take a look at the marketplace and just see how much we would have gotten if we had sold that ourselves. It would have been 70, so it's exactly the value of it. So it seems that they offered us a fair amount. Although, given we also gave them that open borders, so. But I'm okay with the open borders. Again, I feel like we need to try and be friendly with them as best as we can, because right now they are unfriendly due to our cultural differences and that questionable pact when we didn't do that so-called alliance with them. Alright, so we got the orbital mining. So this is going to allow us to improve many of our mining locations. So we need to select a new tech. The orbital ship assembly I don't think is as beneficial right now. The asteroid factories would be helpful. This one would be better, xenomedicine, so we can increase growth, but it does take longer to research, so we're going to go with the asteroid factories. We really need to improve our economy some. We're not producing as much money as I'd like here. So that would be one option, is to try and get something to increase the wealth. We have one location here in the jungle, and that seems to be it. So yeah, we don't have very many options here. We could like build more financial districts all around here to try and increase the value of that one location. A lot of other stuff that we can get here too, though. Getting the one extra control would be nice, and maybe that's how we'll get some money. We'll use our control. Of course, that will hit us on the approval, but our approval is very high. So yeah, we might end up doing that executive order there. The rest of these are also really good, but they do take a lot longer for us to get here. I'd like to get the technological capital here. I'm not entirely sure we'd put it, probably there. No, what we need to do is put it right here. We'd get the double bonuses there. So we'd need to terraform this location. Yeah, that'd be a great place to put that. But for now, let's get the coordination beacon, because this only takes 3 turns. Not only does it give you the control, but if you can boost the influence level, you'll also get plus 5% for every level, though I'm not entirely sure there's anywhere for us to build that. There's only one influence tile, the mountains here, but there's nothing neighboring them to really take advantage of adjacency bonuses, because I probably wouldn't want to use that one here, because this one would be really good for like a housing district since you get the 2 bonuses here. So I really think we should build that there, and I'd like to be able to put these 2 next to each other, the Beacon of Babylon with the coordination beacon, and so that really wouldn't be an option unless we use that. So I think we should move this over somewhere else, like over here maybe. I think that'd be good. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and put it, I could just put it this way too, because these are not actually food locations despite them having the little food icon. These are manufacturing ones. And so you could build it out this way, like this just be your influence area, and then if you ever take this over, get control of that location, terraform it, then you can put another influence building there. Yeah, very nice bonuses that you get from these here. So I think that's what we're going to do. Now you do get influence bonuses from having housing, but this is kind of turned into our housing area here. But something to consider, so you could put it here as well, since you got that housing district right there. And then you could put like, put it in these 2 locations or something like that. I suppose that's what we'll do. Yeah, I'll put this one here. But yeah, I could have done it around here. We got to build something in this area eventually. So that'll help us get more control. And you know what? Let's go ahead and make use of our control to print some money. That'll get us 500. Use 45 of it and then get that opinion penalty. And then what we're going to be doing with that money is we're going to go ahead and buy 1 thulium, which we don't have access to just yet. It costs 80. And the reason why we're going to buy that is because the next thing I want to build here for the orbital improvements is the logistics array, again for control, and you can see that did require a thulium, so we're going to get that. You can only build 1 of these, and so while there are a lot of good bonuses here, I want this one on our capital because we need more control. And so with that and that building we're constructing, we'll have increased control up from +1 to +3. And then something I neglected to do, I hired this leader here to make her a commander. So we have 3 ships that we can make her the commander of. These ones are just military ships, though you do get research from surveying here, but mainly military ships. This one's far more impressive than this one. in that regard. But this is the one we're going to assign her to, because it has a special ability here of negative 50% decay to all worlds in range. So decay is the percentage of resource output that is lost due to inefficiencies on the way to the sponsored core world. This affects your colonies. Now, since we're playing tall, this is kind of a big deal. So the colonies, they produce less resources over time, and that's called decay. And so we want to try and reduce that decay. And so we're going to go ahead and put her in command of that ship. That will grant us this ship here, and this only affects the colonies that are within range here. So you could put her here next to Wisp, but it would probably be far better to put her in a location that has more than one colony. So eventually here, our influence on this world is so high now that the population has begun to rebel. They are at 0% currently though. But yeah, let's go ahead and move it over here since we'll get the bonus for these two colonies. Oops, that's fine. So we'll leave her there. And we will just set her up on standby. And so that'll help with the decay. And then we got another constructor ship. Excellent. So there are resources still for us to get. There's the antimatter over there. So that would be useful because we can sell it. I think what we're going to do is go after this Illyrium, because this is within our space and this is not. And so I want to make sure that we get control of it before somebody else does. Because we just have such a shortage of resources. There's another one over here and one right here. And so I have another constructor ship building, but that's really all we need at this point. We need like a ton of these guys. Really need to focus on getting those built out. Alright, so another trade offer here. So they want 2 of our resources in exchange for treaties that we're not interested in. Now, I would like the diplomacy tech. That would be nice to have, but yeah, I'm just not interested in these. I'm fine with them getting the hyperdrive optimization. Let's just cancel, although it might be something better tech-wise. And I'm not giving up this. Yeah, they can't have that. You know, we'll go and trade this one to them. And then see if we can't get some credits out of them. We can. Alright, so that's a good deal there. So we've been getting some good trades here. And we haven't even had to contact anybody. We probably should be contacting people and trying to get good trade deals. We don't want them to offer the techs that we trade to them to somebody else. I met somebody else here. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Be a little bit more proactive in our trade proposals. Though, of course, if you just did a trade with them, you can't do it again. Yeah, let's go and offer this hyperdrive optimization, which we just traded away. Offer that to everybody else. But they gotta have a tech or something to offer us. And in this case, it looks like they do not have any techs that we don't already have. You could get just a bunch of modules. So 5 modules with maybe some credits. Yeah, you get 10 credits there. Sure, we'll do this trade again because we've already traded it off to somebody. And then just contact everybody with this offer. Whatever we can get for the hyperdrive optimization. And if they have a tech, that's the one we prefer, but they would not be willing to trade this one. They do not like us enough. So again, just go for modules. You can go for the nanites as well, since we don't have the ability to get those ourselves. And I think we needed some of those. Didn't we need a total of 5? Yeah, so maybe get as many of these as we can. And we'll also see if they'll give us a module or 2. No, that's all they're willing to do. I feel like that's worth it. You could try and get something else out of them, like maybe some Illyrium, but I think they're not going to give you anything. So I think this works just fine for us since we did need those. And again, it's better that we trade this tech away to everybody than the guy we just traded with doing it. Alright, so we should be able to get this to just about everybody, it seems. And they have 2 techs that we do not. Let's go with the trade networks. Can we get both of them? No. So this is all I was able to get out of them. They won't do a trade for modules. So now we want to contact the corporate sector. Yeah, nobody has this tech yet. And they don't have any techs for us. Okay, so we'll just have to go for modules and credits. Could also go with more of the nanites. You just get like 3 more. So we'll have 10. And then, how much money can we get out of them? 120. Okay, so we'll go for that. 120, this looks pretty good. I'll see if I can get a module, but I'm sure with that money, that's the most they're willing to give us. So let's go and accept that. We always need more money. And so yeah, we'll just go through everybody that we can trade with. I missed the Manti here. I just keep on trying to give that space doctrine away. So they have the orbital manufacturing. They would not be willing to trade it away though. They just don't have, they don't see this as valuable enough apparently. All right, well, we'll try and get something else out of them. More harmony crystals. They'll give us 2 of those. And we could get more modules, maybe. Looks like we can get 3 out of them. And then we'll see if they'll throw in any money in there. All right, so that's a good deal. Let's go with the Praetorians here. And yeah, it's good luck here that nobody has this tech yet. What's interesting is that we are so far ahead of tech and everybody. I mean, we know that we're doing very good when it comes to technology. And we are well beyond everybody else. Now, these modules are always going to be useful for us. As we're playing tall, we really need to focus on any of our star bases. That's all we're going to get out of them is 10. All right, but that's fine. We're trying to get the most as possible here. But yeah, we want to make sure that our star bases are able to upgrade fully. In fact, you could even start getting these starbase defense systems if you wanted to, since we now have 16 modules. All right, let's contact them next. And again, as a diplomatic country that's not going to be focused on war, I'm not really too worried about giving away tax, as long as we get something out of it and it's not somebody else that's getting something for it. But it does seem that they do not have any tax for us. Could get all that money, or we can only get 50. They do not value this very highly. They'd give us all their modules almost. And then 30 credits. So that's acceptable. And then we have 2 left. So the Draft are next, one of the few that are behind us when it comes to the score. They have railguns, and they would be willing to trade that. It's best for us to trade the military tax because we don't really want to have to research those ourselves, since they're simply not that important to us. Alright, so we'll get that 40 credits with it, and then the last, the Lux are the weakest as far as score goes. And they're to the galactic, like, south of us. And they also don't have any tax that we don't have. They do have a lot of credits, though. Alright, let's go ahead and continue going for these modules, guys. We'll go with 5. And then these credits. Those modules are really worth more than the credits, honestly. Oh, they're actually not willing to accept the credits on there. So I think that's good. We could try and get like a resource out of them that maybe they don't value very highly, like the Illyrium. But yeah, that's seems like they're at maxed out here. Yeah, they won't give us nothing. Okay, so just the 5 modules, it's fine. They're so weak, I'm surprised. I guess that's they just value everything they have really highly. So yeah, whenever we give a tech out, we should probably give it out to everybody so they can't trade it away and get stuff for it. It makes sense for us to do that. But yeah, we got a lot of credits from that, and there's tons of stuff that we could make use of those credits for. So for example, we could get another leader if we have anybody that would be like a decent commander. Psychic bond with aliens. Distracted to -2 diligence, but this would be a pretty decent diplomat. Not really good for commanders, either one of these 2 characters, which is what I really want here. Having another diplomat would be helpful though, for boosting opinion with our neighbors. I don't think that's the best use of our money at this moment. Instead, let's go ahead and get some orbital improvements. And we will need to buy the resources or wait until we get it on our own. Now, a lot of these require Durantium. We're producing Durantium so slow, and it might be better to purchase it. I don't think it's worth all that much. And so yeah, it might be a good idea to buy some, or we could just wait and hold on to the money. Could also rush out buildings too. that would be an option. Kind of expensive though. Yeah, we'll wait until we get the Drantium. Let me just see how much it would cost. And it's 50. So yeah, if you buy them, it's gonna cost you. All right, so we moved this constructor over to this location. So we had already had somebody for that, but it's the antimatter that I don't think we've sent anybody over there for just yet. We can move it a little bit further over before we establish the mining starbase here. And then yeah, we're just gonna get everything here. And we'll wait for the defense ones. Just make sure we get the stuff that's giving us immediate bonuses. The Bloody Proposal. We, the Zaloxi, I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it, but that's how we're going to pronounce it for the series, have had a long-standing tradition of games that test the true capabilities of one's physique and mental prowess. For warm-up, your weak species would be well advised to provide some specimens for our warriors to practice on. So we can say only if I get to watch. Our people will be horrified by this decision, or refuse their vile proposal, which I feel like is the one we're going to have to do. I think that this is going to be a conflict. I don't know, though. They actually don't hate us that much. Probably because we lost the -2 we were already getting and just replaced that. And the Open Borders Treaty is also increasing it. So one of their freighters from Homeworld has been damaged by an ion storm, leaving it stranded in deep space near your territory. We would like some assistance. So we can send them assistance. That gives us a +1 trade license max, so we can have more trade routes, and also a +1 relations with them. And that's what we're going to do. We're not going to seize the money there. We're going to help them out, because we're nice like that. Seems that actually granted us a freighter, so we can set up a new trade route. Now we currently have 3 trade routes set up. So we have one going over here. It's not the most profitable location. We have one going over here. And then the one that's the most profitable is the one that goes over here to Iridia. And you can actually see that here in our civilization when we look over the trade route income. So we got those 3 trade routes, and we have 2 more that are coming from Archaea. So let's go ahead and set up this one over here. So not as profitable as those first 2, but more than this one probably is. There's a lot of things that affect the profits. You know, the actual income here, I'm trying to shift over to this, is not the only thing. There's a lot of things. So yeah, we'll bring it over there. And another thing to consider is that when you're trading, you get an opinion increase with that civilization. So you might want to send one off to everybody, just to make everybody like us a lot. Now, of course, the Luxor, they're a little bit irrelevant, because they're so weak. But we want to be friendly with everybody. Alright, so on our capital, we finish up the construction of the coordination beacon, which is increasing our control again. And then we'll also get some influence growth if we can build something next to it, which, again, I think the Beacon of Babylon would be a good choice in that regard. We can now get that core tab that we wanted to get, which required those precursor nanites. And that gives us the plus 15% manufacturing. And so it might be a good thing to put like right here, or even right here. It's a nice bonus. It does have a maintenance penalty here though. So something to consider. And is it really better than all the other stuff that we currently could be building? So I think that the best 2 options are these 2. We also have this trade network, which will increase our income. So that would be good to have as well. It's a wealth improvement. The problem with these ones is how long they take to get. They would take quite some time. So let's go and get the trade network. We're going to establish it probably right here in this location, since it's our only wealth location. So we're going to put it there. It just takes 3 turns to build. And so I think that'd be helpful. All these ones that I really want are all kind of expensive turn-wise. It'd take us a while to get those. Frankly, we need higher manufacturing. That'd be helpful.
This leader, an esteemed career diplomat, has come across a highly sensitive and classified file that could potentially cause a diplomatic crisis among several species in the galaxy. The information in the file could be used to gain a significant advantage in negotiations, but it could also lead to unrest and mistrust if discovered. Your leader is torn between using this knowledge for your civilization's benefit and staying true to their principles of diplomacy and integrity. They have come to you for guidance on how to handle this delicate situation.
So we could use the information that result in losing loyalty with our diplomats, but getting a +1 diplomacy bonus for 50 months, or we could preserve the diplomatic integrity. Well, how high is her loyalty currently? It's 49. Honestly, the +1 diplomacy bonus seems really useful, so I think we're going to do that. Just sacrifice a little bit of loyalty there. I don't know that we can actually increase that with her either, because we probably already gave her the crystal. Yeah, we already did. Just handing out crystals to everybody left and right. Alright, so we did get another construction ship. Excellent. So, could get the antimatter there. Can't get the one here. It's already been built by somebody else. I think the best choice is actually to get another economic building. And as you can see, we have to be 4 tiles away from this one, so we'll not build it right here. We could just move it a little bit, and maybe, because I want to build one right here as well. It's got to be far away from this one though. So we did not optimize the locations of our star bases. So I think this is exactly 4 tiles here. And you see that we do have it within the borders of Altaria. Could move it a little bit further away. I don't think it's going to affect it much though. Because yeah, there's nowhere else to build it. So let's go and build it here. Get the economic starbase. We can also do more communication starbases. Let's go and get this one here. And we'll get the starbase laboratory and the perimeter scanners. We do not have the Durantium to get the starbase factory currently. Again, Durantium seems to be one of those really limiting factors for us right now. We'll get another one in a turn though. But yeah, it's limiting us because we can't get the orbital improvements either. So we might have to start purchasing it, or we could try getting it in trade. That'd be an option as well. Because I think we didn't trade that one tech to everybody because we just traded with them. So I think one of these two, we have the option to trade that tech with them. And so we'll take a look and see if it's been enough turns to trade with them. And then we'll try and get a bit of Durantium in that trade. It has not been long enough yet. Same thing with them. Yeah, building a lot of these economic starbases is going to be pretty helpful for Altaria. So we're getting reports of destruction due to pests that originated from our homeworld that are now on our world from imports. We demand you to pay us 500 credits to cover the cost of repairing the environment. So if we compensate them for the damages, we're not just giving them the 500 credits, we're also giving them a Monsadium deposit, if that's how that's pronounced. That's one of the resources, which we don't actually have any of. Actually, it's not our problem in this particular case. We can't always give in to diplomatic demands. We just have to take the -1 relations, and we'll also get the control. Yeah, that doesn't seem like our problem, and frankly, I'm not giving them all that money. That is a lot of money. You've seen how stingy they are when we do trade. They don't value tech very highly. I mean, you offer them, just for money a tech, you're gonna get like 100 something, and yet they're demanding 500 from us. That's very expensive. Certainly not worth it. So we got another constructor ship. All right, so let's go ahead and first, before I forget, we can now get the cultural exchange here. Okay, this does require Durantium as well. I think we're just gonna have to buy some Durantium because we want to get that here as well. I'm gonna put it here now, actually, so we know that this place needs 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the other antimatter here. Because we could be selling those, even if we don't have like a use for them. We could sell them on the galactic market. So I'm going to move them over here. It's got to be outside the black hole there. And then get that established now. The mining starbase. And we can get the mining drones and the perimeter scanners, since those do not require the Durantium. Excellent. So yeah, we'll just sell these. And yeah, Durantium does seem to be our main need here. You can always trade like a tech away for it, or something else we might have that others might want. Still can't trade with them just yet. And they have finished up here. Let's go after this capsule next. This is the closest.
An unusual disturbance in space-time has created a gravitational whirlpool here, attracting debris from every direction. It appears that aliens in the past have even used this area as a dumping ground. There may be some items of value here, but most of what you'll find is likely to be junk. And potentially, it could be dangerous junk.
So we can risk searching through the landfill. Outcome unknown, probably be something bad. Or just say this is garbage, let's not waste your time. Let's risk it, let's see what happens. It
requires time as well as the diligent efforts of your crew. However, they managed to uncover some valuable resources amidst the junk.
So we got 2 resources, including Durantium, something we needed. Alright, so yeah, I think that was probably worth it. Let's just go ahead and buy a Durantium here as well, so I can finish upgrading this location. So we'll get both of those. Just trying to improve Altaria as much as possible. And you can see these nice bonuses we're getting with the research, manufacturing, influence, and the income. So all very helpful. These guys also finished up with their scanning, so we'll get another event here. As for the next location for them to go to, we have 2 over here, but they're really the closest to them. Well, I mean, technically these guys are closer, but I think we should go out this way. Let's see how close we are to gaining them. They're 3% in rebellion. So it's going to take quite some time.
During the detailed analysis of the artifact, your research team has made a remarkable discovery. The artifact is a reservoir of immense energy. The scientists on your team are certain that they can harness this raw energy to help advance our civilization. However, there is a differing viewpoint that suggests this energy could be used as a sort of cosmic key. This key could potentially unlock unexplored dimensions of the universe, unveiling space secrets that we have not known until now.
So I think we've gotten this one before, the distant vision. You know what, I really think we're just going with the Durantium, since we need that. And then we'll go and make use of that immediately here with the orbital improvements. Not sure what exactly we want to get here just yet. Could just increase the wealth. Could get 1+ technology. I think we're doing pretty good when it comes to technology though. We're good on food as well for quite some time. I honestly feel like the most useful thing would be the orbital market. But you can see that there's certain things you can't build unless it's a core world. You know, things that aren't going to give you any bonuses. But I think this one would be the best one. Then that wealth will just go to either that or the technology. We do want more wealth though. So let's go with the orbital market. And we can get both of them once we get more Durantium. Again, Durantium's kind of the thing limiting us. Because yeah, we could be building this on all of our colonies, this kind of stuff. And a big part of playing tall is getting those orbital constructions done, in addition to the all these star bases that we're currently getting. And I think we can get another economic one, like right over there. And we've heard rumors that the Manti cluster have built the Eyes of the Universe galactic achievements. That's something that only one civilization can build. We also got to protect the asteroid factories. So that's something we're going to want to get everywhere. You get the extra raw production, so that's nice. But then the mining barracks, you can increase it even further using those plenty of modules that we currently have. Let's go and get another tech selected. So we're going to get the quantum computing. This will allow us to upgrade our research. And also we can get 0G experimentation in our star bases for more research. So that's one we will research. Also, it seems our planet is done with their construction. So remember, we got the trade network, so increasing our money. And so we want to further boost that by getting another financial district here eventually. And there's other stuff I think might be a little bit more important for us at the moment, such as this beacon of Babylon. But again, it takes so long for us to get. You might want to get the core tap constructed. Would you probably place that? Let me just see where it'd be best. Probably right here. And that'll give you a +4 manufacturing in addition to the base effect of +15. That's +4 for every level. And so that's 5 levels. So very nice bonus. And then just compare that to the regular manufacturing district and what you're getting here. And it's nowhere near as much. So yeah, I think we should get the core tap here, even though it does have that maintenance penalty. Let's get that. And we'll construct it right here, just to try and increase our manufacturing so we can build these a little bit quicker, because it's just going to take far too long. So the last thing I want to do in today's episode is construct those mining barracks. So those just require modules, so we can get them in all of our locations since we do have plenty of modules. So we're probably going to want to focus on locations that are giving us more than one bonus, you know, that have more than one resource in their sphere. I think there's only those two that do that. So yeah, not many options in that regard. We'll just build them everywhere since we do have the modules. That's the reason why we traded for those. So we'll get them everywhere. To drastically increase, when you count all of these, the rate of our resource gain. And also we are pretty much here. So let's move a little bit away from their border so they don't get control of this. In fact, it'd probably be better to move further, where you just barely have it in the space. Because eventually their space is going to extend out this way. So I think right here would be a good location to set up the mining starbase. And then we want to get all of these built up here. Alright, excellent. So is there any other mining starbases that I might have neglected? I don't think so. I think we got them all. Yeah, we got this one. So yeah, we'll be producing more resources now. Just looking at what we're currently getting. Illyrium, we get 1.2 per turn. Durantium is now higher as well, which that's the main thing that we need. I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.